Fruity, 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 fruity.
Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. Welcome back to another episode of Fruity Fruits, where I taste fruits that are fruity. Today, I'm going to be tasting this lovely fruit. Do you have any idea what this might be? And before you say pomelo, which I know many of you might think this is, because I thought it was pomelo as well, this is a Burmese citrus fruit that is called a shouti. Did I say that correctly, Mom? My mom is giving me the thumbs up off camera. So, we had a little holiday party at my mom's, and my auntie brought this over. She had a couple shopping bags of these. She has a shouti tree in her backyard, and she grows these because apparently you can't buy these at any supermarket around here. You actually have to have a tree in your own yard to grow these. Now, shouti, while it might look like a pomelo, my mother assures me it is not a pomelo. It has a different flavor, a different texture, although the gestalt looks kind of similar. This particular one is a little bit lumpy and it's a little bit elongated. The other ones that my auntie had in her bag, some of them were rounder and did frankly look a lot like a pomelo. So when I was doing more research about this, when I was trying to find an Anglo-sized name for shouti, the closest I could really find is something called a Ponderosa Lemon, which looks very similar to this, similar size, and that is a hybrid of a lemon and a citron. No, the Ponderosa Lemon is a hybrid of a pomelo and a citron, which kind of accounts for this really thick, kind of lumpy rind. I've had a citron once before in an episode of Fruity Fruits. It was called A Buddha's Hand. If you haven't seen that episode, definitely check it out. I'll put the link down below to both the Fruity Fruits playlist and to that video. I made a candied citron recipe in this. Today, I'm going to be making a recipe with the shouti after I open this, and it's called shouti to. And shouti to is basically a salad. So this is going to be like a citrus salad that I'm going to be making with this. So, super excited to taste this. It smells absolutely lovely. It smells a lot like yuzu, which is kind of similar to lemon. It's a citrus fruit that you can find in Japan. It's usually used for its rind specifically because it's so aromatic, and this has a very similar kind of lemony smell. It smells really, really nice. So this fruit, look at the size of it, is absolutely enormous. And from my understanding, it's going to have a very thick pith. So my mom has given me a knife, and I'm just going to cut it all the way around to see if I can peel it. Mom also told me that shouti was also used as kind of medicine. The fruit would be pulverized and mashed and then made into tablets, and it'd be something that you would take for indigestion. What is it, Mom? Okay, Mom says I should lop off the top like this. Wow, look at that. Look how much pith is in there. Oh, it smells so good. It smells kind of like a grapefruit, but more lemony. Oh, it smells lovely. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to cut more because I haven't even gotten to the fruit yet. Look, still haven't gotten to the fruit yet. So I'm gonna cut it into wedges all the way around and see if I can just kind of wedge it open. Oh my gosh. Into the incredible Hulk. Whoa. Whoa, look at that. It's so cool. The fruit itself is actually very small. I would say half of that is pith. I think the correct technical term for citrus is called aledo. Okay, botanists, correct me if I'm wrong. Aledo, I think is called this big white pithy part. But look, this is just about the size of my fist. The fruit itself is tiny. So I scored it on this side. Okay. Oh, there you can see that it does look a lot like a grapefruit. It has kind of the same size and kind of wedge-like structure of a citrus fruit. But the pith is huge, it's so thick, which makes sense if this is a cross of a citron, because citron actually doesn't have much fruit in it at all. It's all pith, but very aromatic skin. Okay, so I'm peeling it from the pith. Okay, there we go. There's the fruit, and there's actually a lot of seeds in here. And similar to a grapefruit, the membrane is pretty thick. So I'm gonna just peel that back as well. And I'm just gonna give this a taste. The color of the flesh is similar to a lemon. It's got kind of a yellow color to it. Kind of similar to also a grapefruit, not a red ruby grapefruit, but a white grapefruit. So I pulled back all the membrane, and it looks just like a regular citrus fruit, just a little bit larger. All right, smells great. All right, here we go. Let's give this a taste. Itadakimasu. Woo. Oh my goodness. I think this might be more similar to a Ponderosa lemon. It's very, very tart. It's very sour. I would say it's about as sour as a lemon. Very puckery, and not like a grapefruit. A grapefruit has a little bit of bitterness and is sweet. This particular shouti is not sweet at all. It's very sour. And unlike a lemon, it doesn't have the perfume of a lemon at all either. Delicious though, very juicy as well. So now that I've actually tasted the fruit, let's go ahead and make the salad. What I'm gonna do is remove this membrane and take out all the seeds, and then I'm gonna cut it into little pieces so I can put it in the salad. And this salad would be treated as a side dish or a salad. It would accompany some kind of a dish. If you have something that's really rich and fatty, this is a really great side dish to accompany that because it's so acidic. Kind of break down some of that fat. And my mom said
the most popular, combination to eat with is with hinga soup,
which is a type of soup. Some fish in it and some squash, and it has some vermicelli noodles in it, or vermicelli noodles, the very clear noodles. So this is half of the shouti. Not much fruit actually at all. Most of that fruit was actually pith. It's probably maybe a half cup, a third of a cup, not too much, but I'm just making a little amount of salad just so I can give this a taste. So I'm gonna add this to my bowl. Red onion. This has been finely sliced. You could use shallots, you could use yellow onions as well. To me, the key to this is that you must wash it with cold water several times, squeeze it and dry it with a little bit of paper towel, because you don't want that really strong bite of the onion. We're gonna add a significant amount in here. This is gonna add texture. It's also gonna kind of fill out the salad because the shouti is so sour. This is gonna be a key ingredient in the salad. So while we want the texture, we don't want necessarily that really strong oniony flavor. Whoops. So we're gonna add about a quarter cup of red onion. So this is actually dried shrimp powder. My mom takes the shrimp, the dried shrimps, and she grinds them up in a blender so that you get this little fine powder. So we're gonna add a bit of that. My mom says you can also use fermented shrimp paste, which is really strong, but that would be more traditional, but very, very pungent. So I'm adding, let's say about a half teaspoon. Again, we're gonna taste it. And then we're gonna add some red chili flakes, a couple drops of fish sauce. Again, depending on the brand of fish sauce that you have, it may be a little bit more or less. Then we're just gonna toss this. I've never had this salad before, but I love all these ingredients, so I'm sure it's gonna be delicious. Alrighty, so let's give our beautiful shautito a taste. Our citrus salad looks absolutely lovely, super fresh. I should ask my mom. My mom had to just take a phone call. I should ask her how to say, let's eat in Burmese. But anyways, itadakimasu. That is so good. Such a great combination of textures and flavors. It's so alive. The shouti is super tangy and bright and lively. And then you've got the really crisp, crunchy onions that have a lot of that sulfurous, lovely flavor in there, but it's toned down. Because the red onions have been rinsed, they have the sulfur level of, say, a green onion, but they have a big crunch. So it adds a lot of texture to this salad. And then you've got a little bit of the fish sauce and a little bit of the shrimp powder in there. So that makes this really savory. And that combination of tangy and shrimpy, seafood, crunchy, so stinking delicious. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So if I were to think of an analogy, I would say this is like a citrus salsa. You've got the onion in there with the big crunch. You've got the chili in there for the heat. What is different, of course, is that you've got the dried shrimp powder and the fish sauce, which makes this savory. It's absolutely delicious. So this is an example of one of the countless things that make coming home so wonderful. You learn new things, you meet your aunties who bring over beautiful fruits that you've never seen before, and you taste them, and then you get acquainted with the food that your family grew up with. Absolutely lovely. So if you have a pomelo, if you have some lemons, I highly recommend making your version of shautito. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely, absolutely delicious. So big thanks to Auntie, big thanks to my mom who gave me all the reference information to make this video. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Be sure to check out the Fruity Fruits playlist to see more interesting fruit. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo. Take care. Bye. Noise canceling headphones. Yes.